இடம்பெயர்ந்த 4வது தலைமுறையைச் சேர்ந்த தமிழர். அது எங்களுக்கு இன்னொரு நம்பிக்கை வேறுகள். தமிழ் இசையை நின்று ரசித்தவர். நேற்று பார்த்தேன், அந்த இசை நிகழ்ச்சி நிறைவாக போகின்ற பொழுது பல குறைகளும் வந்தன. பல பெற்றோர்கள் அழாத குறை, என்ன இப்படி இழுத்து கொண்டே போகிறீர்கள் என்றெல்லாம் நிறைய குறைகளும் வந்தன. அவர்களை நாங்கள் மன்னிக்க கோர வேண்டும் அவர்களிடமும். இப்போ அவ்வளவு நேரம் இவர் அதையெல்லாம் வீடியோ எடுக்கெல்லாம் பார்த்து ரசித்து கொண்டிருக்கின்றார். இந்த தமிழ் இசை பயணத்தோடு போவர். அவருடைய துணைவியார் ஒரு இசை ஆசிரியர் என்று கேள்விப்பட்டிருக்கின்றேன், திருவண்ணாமலையைச் சேர்ந்தவர். ஸோ இவர்களை பார்க்கின்ற பொழுது எங்களுடைய 4வது தலைமுறையும் அவர்களை போல தமிழோடும் ஆர்வத்தோடு இருப்பார் என்ற நம்பிக்கை இருக்கின்றது. ஆகவே நிறைவு மாநாட்டுடைய நிறைவு விழாவை செய்வதற்குரிய நிறைவான மாந்தர் அவர் நாங்கள் அறிகின்றோம். So he is the perfect person to give the valediction address in this conference. So I am inviting Dr.Rajendran to give this speech.
A humble vanakkam to all of you. Firstly, I would like to apologize that I'm going to be speaking in English, but I want to assure all of you that Tamil is in my blood. It's in my DNA. You can't take it away from me, right? So I'm going to be speaking as a Tamilian from the Republic of South Africa. Distinguished scholars, esteemed guests, organizers of this lovely 3 days, fellow delegates, friends, and beloved brothers and sisters of the global Tamil family. It is with a heart overflowing with gratitude that I stand before you here today at the close of this remarkable 3-day gathering. For the past 3 days, we have walked together in the company of the great sage Thirukkural, whose words detailed into the Thirukkural continue to shine as the lighthouse of humanity. This valedictory is not a conclusion, but a continuation. We are not shutting down the conference. We are charging up our spirits to carry its energy into the world. And so, I want to leave you with the image that speaks to our times, the Thirukkural as humanity's ultimate power bank. You all recognize this gadget here. It's a power bank, right? Something that we use often. The Thirukkural is a power bank. In today's digital world, our phones and our laptops die if it's not charged. And what do we do when the battery is low? We search desperately for a power bank and a power source. And if there is none nearby, we'll use the power bank. This little device that restores life to our gadgets, to our phones. So too, societies, nations and leaders experience low battery charge in many parts of our life. Ethics run dry, compassion fades, and justice seems drained. What then do? We reach for our ultimate power bank. We reach for the Thirukkural, which is our power bank, that recharges us. It gives us energy, it gives us motivation, it gives us spirit, and it gives us determination. Ladies and gentlemen, it is compact, 1 1,330 couplets, yet carrying the wisdom of ages. It is portable. You can carry it anywhere. From villages to parliaments, from classrooms to corporations, it fits anywhere. You can even carry it in your pocket. It is renewable. Its charge, unlike the charge of a power bank, it diminishes after you use it. But the charge of the Thirukkural does not diminish. It remains energized forever. The Thirukkural is not just Tamil literature. It is the moral power bank of all civilization. It transcends the boundaries of religion. Whether you are Christian, whether you are Muslim, Buddhist, Hindu, this Thirukkural is relevant to everybody in this world. Look around us today, dear ladies and gentlemen, friends. Many democracies in the world are experiencing corruption and division. Parliaments in many countries are having problems because there's division. There's opposition parties, there's a ruling party, they're fighting. There's no unity. Corporate companies are consumed by greed at the expense of humanity. Wars, climate crisis, inequality are all symptoms of a world running low on charge. The Thirukkural speaks directly into this crisis. I'm quoting one Kurul. The tears of the oppressed are sharper than a sword. A just ruler wipes them before they fall. This is not just ancient poetry, ladies and gentlemen. This is the fast charging cable humanity needs today. Bharadya, the poet who refused to run on empty charge, he said, Achumale, achumale, achum enbadu ile. Fear I am not, for fear is unknown to me. Why? Because he was connected to the eternal battery of truth and justice. Bharadya reminds us that when our courage runs low, the Thirukkural restores our charge. Its verses recharge our ability to stand for the truth even when the world demands silence. Nelson Mandela, you all know. I'm so happy to see a South African walked in here now. Kavita Rajkumar, welcome. Just in time. Nelson Mandela embodied the African philosophy of Ubuntu. There's an African philosophy called Ubuntu. It means, I am me because of you. I cannot exist if you do not exist. It's the same as Vasudeva Kudumbuku. Similar concept, but it's an African philosophy. And Nelson Mandela, he embodied that philosophy. He did not hoard power for himself. He governed unselfishly, serving one term as president. He could have continued, but after he finished his term, he handed the baton to another leader because he said, I've finished my task, somebody else needs to continue. Now, in current situations, people want to rule forever with corruption and destruction, right? Instead of passing the baton to somebody more effective. And that's the problem of society. He governed unselfishly, serving one term as president of South Africa, then gracefully passing the baton. In doing so, he proved that ethical leadership is not about clinging to fame and glory, but about serving humanity with humility. Mandela himself became a living power bank, charging a broken nation with forgiveness, dignity, and hope. Where did you ever see, ladies and gentlemen, a person that was in prison for 27 years, and the first thing he did when he came out of prison after 27 years, he asked his staff to arrange a tea function with the people and put him in prison. He brought them, he sat around the table and he had tea with them and he embraced them and he forgave them. Now, that is all the virtues that are found in a Thirukkural, where we need to be more human. As I mentioned on the first day, man has learned to fly in the sky like a bird by building huge jets, jumbo jets, Airbuses and so on. And he has also learned to swim in the sea like a big fish by building huge cruise liners that take us from one place to the other. But man still needs to learn to live on this earth like a human being. This can teach us to be human again, the Thirukkural. And I think that is what we were discussing in the last 3 days. But there is one vital truth, dear ladies and gentlemen. A power bank is useless without a cable. You need a cable to plug it into the power source. It may hold unlimited energy, but unless it connects to power source, nothing changes. Our youth, and I see many youth here for the last 3 days, including last night, the performances by the youth. Our youth are those charging cables. They are the ones who connect the wisdom of the Thirukkural for the future. If we empower the youth today with ethical leadership, they will charge tomorrow's parliaments. So we need to train our youth. We need to inculcate the spirit of the Thirukkural to our youth because they are the future leaders. We need to do that as often as possible. If we inspire them with courage, they will spark tomorrow's revolutions of justice. Let us never leave the Thirukkural sitting on a shelf like an unused charger. Let us connect it to the youth, the living cables, so that the future never runs out of power. Now, friends, the conference is not a battery that we have drained. It is a charge station for humanity. For the last 3 days, you had scholars and academics, cultural leaders and so on that had discourses and they spoke at length. They were charging us with energy, with the knowledge of the Thirukkural. Ladies and gentlemen, I've met a lot of people here today. I've spoken to our young friend formerly from Malaysia, and she told me an interesting thing. She told me that Maslow's theory of basic needs, food, security and so on, was just a recent theory. The same theory is in the Thirukkural over 2,000 years ago. But no one quotes Thiruvallur. No one quotes the Thirukkural. We always quote Maslow's theory. We need to change the mindset and make people understand there's more better theories in the Thirukkural for humanity. And we need to do that as fast as possible. And I'm so glad that Dr. Samuels and everybody are approaching UNESCO and the United Nations and so on to make the Thirukkural a valuable resource. Ladies and gentlemen, this is our change, a charge. And like a power bank, it must keep flowing into policy, into governments, to serve the people better, into commerce, into the corporate world, so companies can serve society better, into education, so schools can raise ethical standards, into families, so values are transmitted across generations. So the Thirukkural must be used in all sectors of society so that we can be human again. In closing, ladies and gentlemen, a final spark. My friends, imagine this conference as a giant lantern. For 3 days it has burned brightly, lighting our way. Today we do not want to extinguish that flame. We must carry it with us to our homes, to our neighborhoods, to our workplaces, and to wherever we will go. We need to carry the flame that has sparked us, re-energized us, and made us better humans again. The Thirukkural has waited 2000 years for leaders to listen. Let us not wait another day. Let us act now. Let us go forth fully charged to govern with justice, to serve with humility, and to live with compassion. The Thirukkural is our power bank. Use it, share it, keep humanity switched on forever. That I leave you with that thought, and I leave you with that message. So I am asking you, I'm making a humble appeal to you. You are all ambassadors. Go and charge the nation. Go and charge your families, your neighborhoods, and everything. This is what is going to be our power bank. I thank you so sincerely. But before I leave, the typical South African cordial response. I would like to, from South Africa, acknowledge with a deep sense of appreciation all the responsible people that made this conference possible. I would like to first of all call upon the person who planted the seeds for the Thirukkural conference many years ago, which started in a place called Nagarkoil it started, where it is believed that Thiruvalluvar was born, right? So I would like to, on behalf of the people of South Africa, present this gift to Mr. John Samuel, Doctor. Then I would like to also acknowledge the Toronto Tamil Sangam was also responsible, right, for making this conference a success. Then the EK Foundation also contributed in a large way. Ladies and gentlemen, you may sit. You will agree with me. You need that spark of energy to do a conference. There's a lot of work. Coordinating, bringing people together, having meetings, sleepless nights I've heard, right? I would like to acknowledge with a deep sense of respect the hard work that was done by who else? That's it. Mr. Ilengo, and I would like to ask his wife also to come on stage. Because behind every man, there's a woman who provides an inspiration. So, ladies and gentlemen, we leave Toronto, Canada with fond memories. We've networked, we've met people, we've interacted, we've learned, we've been inspired, and we've been recharged. We are all now living power banks. Go and make a difference in society. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I didn't know he was a very inspirational, motivational speaker. We need to invite him, and if we knew that before, we would have organized a good workshop in this Thirukkural conference. He has been here. Right? Yes, thank you very much. Very inspirational.